Yes, we are going through these growing pains with priority waste taking over from GFL, but we know that we are going to experience things being a lot more smooth. So with us live on the Splash to break things down and give us a status update, Director of Government Relations and Public Affairs for Priority Waste, we have Matt Allen joining us. Thank you for being here, Matt.
Good morning, Kevin. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Your time is very valuable and we appreciate that. So let's get straight to it. So far, with everything being said and how long priority has been here, how have you all actually responded to the challenges and the issues inherited from GFL so far?
I'm glad we had the opportunity to do this update for the community in West Bloomfield because a lot has been done since you and I last spoke several weeks ago, Kevin. We're a little over 50 days into this 90-day process of transition in all 73 communities, affecting 700,000 people here in Southeast Michigan. And I'm happy to say that West Bloomfield's camera technology has been installed on all of the trucks that have been allocated. We've right-sized the operational assets that are necessary to affect garbage, recycling, and compost service on a weekly basis, having same-day service. And so since our last update, we had a status with Steve Kaplan, the township supervisor, and we are now back to normal service rates in the community. And with the exception of some one-offs or perhaps a slowdown of service on a particular day, we're at one-day service in West Bloomfield, many weeks ahead of schedule.
There we go. Perfect. And we love to hear that. So essentially, we know it's going to be a process. Like you said, like we talked before, 60 to 90 days to really get things rolling and pick up the steam like we wanted to. Now, what other things or what are the differences that you are seeing between when you all first picked up to right now? Essentially, like how has the calls from the residents been a difference also?
Good question, Kevin. Back in the beginning, when we were picking up everything that the previous provider had left all over the place and basically abandoned many of the communities to be on their own, waiting for us to show up, we came in as like the cavalry, and in 21 days, we cleared away everything that was left behind. The call volume was exceedingly high because of a phone integration issue from all the various lines that GFL had scattered all over Southeast Michigan, all had to be consolidated. Those issues were resolved within the first 21 days. The best thing is from there going forward, we were able to implement the technology in all the trucks, get the right trucks in there that were repaired and roadworthy. Because as you may remember, out of the 450 trucks or so that were garbage trucks, 212 of them were not roadworthy. So it's kind of hard to do a full service job with less than half the trucks you need to make that happen. That's been corrected in West Bloomfield. And I just might add that in the neighboring community of Commerce Township, we implemented the camera technology on their trucks this weekend. So that community is also going to start seeing the same level of service, just like West Bloomfield has for the past several days. That same day service, the consistency, the accountability with the cameras, the individual logistics driver coordinator in our pit, the Priority Integrated Technology Center here. They're going to have that one-on-one service. There'll be more accountability. The portal is open or will be open and fully functioning in your community here very soon in West Bloomfield. And so the normal day-to-day high level of service based on the technology that we provide is coming. We're almost 100% there. But the good thing for the people in West Bloomfield is the regular service is there same day in their communities now. And that's what we were trying to get to, getting the trucks fixed, get the technology on the trucks, getting the scheduling right-sized in the community so that we can do what we do best, which is service you so you don't even think about your garbage. And that's where we all wanted to be because clearly there was a topic of discussion for many weeks in many communities here in Metro Detroit.
Yeah.
So it's getting better. We're over the halfway point in this 90-day journey that we're all taking together. And I have to commend the leadership of West Bloomfield for being consistent, staying with us, knowing with continuous communication how this process was going to have to play out. And we appreciate everyone's patience as this took millions of dollars to correct the deficiencies of the previous provider. And we are doing that not just in West Bloomfield, but in all the other 73 communities across Southeast Michigan.
We appreciate that too. And with us right here live on the Splash, Director of Public Relations and Government Affairs for Priority Waste, Matt Allen, joining us right here on the Splash Live. We giving us an update on Priority Waste, the challenges, the hurdles, and everything that they've overcome as they continue to transition to taking over the community's waste hauling services. So, what type of long-term strategies does Priority Waste have in place to prevent similar issues that have occurred in the past with GFL?
Oh, that is a great question. First of all, our fleet that we had before we took over was less than 6 years old. The average life expectancy for a fully operational garbage, in other words, a truck that's running every day of the week, 5 days a week service, is about 6 to 7 years is optimal
Right.
life before you have to put a lot of money into overhauling these trucks. Many of the trucks that we assumed as the takeover from GFL were 9 to 11 years old and had not been worked on. As we talked about before, dozens of them were bought in by tow truck. Of our 212 of them were not roadworthy. Several of them, you would turn the wheel 180 degrees and the front tires wouldn't move. I mean, there were serious deficiencies in that fleet. And so we had planned on about 60 trucks that were deficient as part of our due diligence.
Mm-hmm.
But what was delivered 60 days later was 212 that were not roadworthy. So that changed the calculus, as you might imagine. And we've said this over and over again. And I realize that, everyone wants to be first. Nobody wants to be last in any corrective process, but we all have to do this together. It's a journey that we all took together. And West Bloomfield really bucked up, and I appreciate the leadership in the community, from their DPW to the supervisor's office and the trustees, so that we could get through this journey together. The future is in the technology. Our AI, our enhanced, we're coming up with a third generational technology advancement here. So we're coming into our third generation of technology. So West Bloomfield is actually getting the third generation technology from Priority. And that's what other communities are going to experience as well. And then going forward, we're constantly updating and improving processes to give the most cost-effective, safe, and efficient service that we can in all of our communities.
Very, very important too. Also, thank you for providing that. Now, one question I do want to ask while I do have you here, and we kind of running low, but I want to ask you this. We are transitioning into the winter months also. Can you discuss how Priority Waste is preparing for the upcoming winter months to ensure that waste collection services aren't disrupted through those weather services also, or weather conditions?
Sure. So we follow what the National Weather Service guidelines are and what comes from the county road commissions, and the townships normally follow that direction, right? So if it is a snow emergency day, that means that they're going to be plowing. So if the cars can't be on the street, the garbage cans can't be on the street. So we have to follow those guidelines. Now, there are very few of those weather events throughout the year, okay? So most of it comes down to common sense, but not unlike the post office or any other essential service that a community would experience. We're going to be there through rain or sleet or snow or ice, to come and pick up the garbage on a regular sequence. So what I would say is, those rare events where they do declare the snow emergencies and so on, be smart. The plow trucks have to get into your cul-de-sacs, especially in West Bloomfield and some of the outlying areas, the little idiosyncratic streets in the township. Don't put your cans out on those days so they can get the plow. But once the plow comes through, we're going to come in on regular service. So that's the one thing that normally presents an issue in any community, is a snow emergency. Otherwise, we're going to be there just like the post office.
Yeah, just want to ensure that also. I'm pretty sure we'll elaborate that a little bit more as we enter the winter months. We do appreciate your time, Matt. Any other messages that you want to leave out for the community in regards to the status of Priority Waste while we still have you?
Kevin, I thank you very much. Just like we said at the beginning, we hear you, we care, and we are coming. And what I say is, we still hear you, we care still, and will continue to care. And we've come, and we're going to be more consistent going forward. And it's all going to be because of Priority's technology.
Thank you again so much for your time and your update. Once again, Director of Public Relations and Government Affairs for Priority Waste, Mr. Matt Allen. Thank you again.
Thank you, Kevin. Anytime.